Mongolia is a huge, windy place covered in grass, where the sky seems to go on forever and the land stretches out as far as you can see. It's super quiet, with only the wind or an eagle's cry breaking the silence. Winters are really tough, with temperatures dropping to minus 40 degrees. And strong winds called zood can cover everything in ice and snow. For the people who move around with their animals, just staying alive is a daily fight against nature. Here, the weather isn't just something you talk about. It's a powerful force that controls everything in life. In this harsh environment, being part of a community is super important for survival. If you're traveling alone in a snowstorm, you're in big danger. The closest help might be a day's ride away. The huge open spaces that feel free in summer become a deadly trap in winter. Mongolians have learned that staying alive depends on helping each other. No one can survive the steppe alone. Strength comes from working together. This is why they have a strong rule about being welcoming. These are unwritten rules that make sure no one has to face the harsh land by themselves. Being welcoming here isn't just an old custom. It's a way to survive. At the center of Mongolian life is the jer, a round tent made of felt, which is both a home and a sign of being together. Its round shape reminds them of the sky and the circle of life. With no corners to hide in, everyone belongs to the same group. The Jersder faces south, always pointing away from the cold northern winds. It's really smart how you can move the jer easily, and it's a sign of hope for travelers. To go towards a jer is to go towards a safe place. Its doors are open to anyone who needs help. This shared feeling of being open creates understanding and responsibility. The person who helps you today might need your help tomorrow. Inside, everything happens around the central stove, which is the heart of the home. Guests are given the best seat and a bowl of suditsai, which is salty milk tea. This is a quiet promise that they are safe and will be taken care of. The way the jer is set up has a lot of meaning. The north is the most respected part. The west is for men's tools, and the east is for women's work. Knowing this helps guests show respect. The jer itself shows their values: order, being together, and warmth. Being welcoming is part of every little thing, from the fire to how guests are greeted. The jer is more than just a place to stay. It's a living lesson in Mongolian culture. Here, every guest is like family, even if it's just for one night. On the steppe, there's an old rule that says any traveler who needs help must be given a place to stay, food, and warmth. This unwritten rule holds nomadic society together. It's unthinkable to turn away a stranger. The rule comes from knowing that anyone could end up needing help. By being welcoming today, you make sure you'll get help tomorrow. It's a social agreement that's as important as any law. The traveler also has duties. Never ride right up to the door, but get off your horse and shout, "No hoi kori!" which means, "Hold the dog!" No explanations are needed. Just being there means you're asking for a place to stay. Guests accept tea, share news, and tell stories from far away. This information is as valuable as food. This isn't charity but rather helping each other. Hosts get respect by giving. Guests pay them back with news and connection. In a place where people don't always have ways to communicate, travelers are like messengers, bringing important information. It's a fair trade, both give, both receive. The unwritten rule makes sure people survive, keep their dignity, and that life continues across the steppe. Being welcoming isn't just being nice, it's the base of their community. Here, every time someone is welcomed, it's an act of trust. When night comes, being welcoming becomes a matter of life and death. A traveler who arrives after dark, a night guest, is welcomed without any questions. The family offers their best, a hot meal, a spot by the fire, and the warmest place to sleep. Moving beds around isn't a bother, but an honor. The guest's safety comes first. Privacy is different here. Everyone shares one room, and a guest becomes part of the family. This closeness builds trust. The guest breathes the same air, shares the same warmth, and faces the same dangers. Herders often rely on strangers being welcoming when they are away from home, knowing their own families might be hosting others. This network of trust spreads across the steppe, allowing people to move freely and providing a safety net for everyone. The tradition is practical. Survival depends on helping each other. A night guest is never a burden, but a reminder that everyone can be in need. The jer's door is always open to those who need it. In the darkness, the light of being welcoming shines brightest. On the steppe, welcoming a stranger means helping everyone survive. In the ger, the woman is in charge of the fire and the heart of being welcoming. She manages the home, raises children, and makes sure every guest feels welcome. Her role is very important, not just a helper. Her skill shows the family's honor. When a guest arrives, she quickly gets to work, making tea, offering food, and setting up a place to rest. Her actions show more than words: warmth, care, and attention to every small detail. She creates a feeling of safety and comfort, turning the Jir into a true safe haven. Her work is a living example of being welcoming, earning her deep respect. A woman known for being generous is highly thought of. She is not just a wife, but the protector of the family's honor and the soul of Mongolian hospitality. In a Mongolian winter, warmth is the most precious gift in life. The fire's heat goes down at night, and the Jir gets cold, sometimes as cold as outside. To survive means sharing body heat, and that includes guests. Sleeping close is not a bad thing, but a practical need. The wife arranges sleeping spots, making sure everyone is warm and proper. This act is guided by respect and trust. Being physically close is about survival, not being intimate. The guest becomes a temporary family member, welcomed into the circle of warmth. People from outside might not understand, but for Mongolians, sharing heat is the biggest act of care. It's a strong message. Your life is as important as ours, and we will share what we have to help you through the night. Mongolian hospitality has very old roots, going back to the time of Genghis Khan. The great leader brought the tribes together and built the yam, a system of stations that offered shelter and supplies to travelers. This system made being welcoming an official thing, making the roads safe for everyone. Messengers with a special medallion called a paisa were guaranteed food and protection at every stop. The rules of the yam started to influence daily life, making it normal to take care of travelers. Visitors from other countries were amazed by how generous people were, noticing how safe and welcome they felt even in remote places. Genghis Khan put these values into his laws, called the yasa, making hospitality a rule and punishing those who refused to help. Today's traditions are a direct result of this old world, where being united and helping each other were key to survival and becoming great. The spirit of generosity is a living legacy from Mongolia's powerful past. Mongolian hospitality is generous, but it follows unsaid rules. Guests never touch the special central pillars or step on the doorstep. Each action shows respect, accepting food with the right hand, never pointing your feet at the fire, and respecting the family's space are all part of the manners. The host in return respects the guest's privacy, never asking too many questions, only taking care of immediate needs. This mutual respect keeps dignity and trust strong. Sharing warmth is the ultimate test of these rules, an act of trust, never to be misused. The guest is expected to act honorably, the host trusts in this. These silent understandings are stronger than any written law. They allow amazing generosity to be a normal part of life. On the steppe, respect is the language that makes hospitality possible. It's a delicate balance, kept alive by hundreds of years of shared understanding. Mongolia is changing quickly, with cities growing and nomads moving to Ulaanbaatar. But the spirit of steppe hospitality continues, shaping who they are as a country. Generosity and respect for strangers are still taught to children and practiced in city apartments and rural jurs alike. A guest is always offered tea and the best seat, whether in a tent or a tall building. In the countryside, the unwritten rule of the night guest remains the same. The jur is still a safe place, and families still open their doors to strangers. This tradition connects Mongolia's past and present, showing how strong their culture is. True wealth is measured by what you share, not what you own. In a world that can feel cold, opening your door to a stranger is a powerful, kind act. The spirit of the steppe lives on, in the land and in the hearts of its people.